When do you think we went off the track, Liam?
Well, when Lewis did that, when Lewis...
Was it with Lewis that we went off the track?
Yes.
Oliver, where did we go off the... We went a little bit off the track with Luca, didn't we? All right, let me have the ball. Thanks, Lewis. I'm going to get you back on track here. I've got some little scenarios here, and you need to work out, I will put you in some groups, and in your group you need to work out whether you think it is stealing or not stealing. Right, if you're not sure, of course, you're going to put it in the yellow. Yes, I'll put our traffic lights out because that's how we do it. If it's stealing, it's going to go into the red hoop. If it's not stealing, it's going to go into the green hoop. And if we're not sure, we're going to put it in the yellow one in the... Now, but what I want you to do is, in your group, I want you to all come up with a reason. But then I want you to decide who's got the better reason. And that's the one that you're going to come back and tell in our circle, okay? So I think I have 1, 2, 3, 4, no, I definitely have 5. So 1, 2, 3. I might put you in groups of 3. So would you like to sit in the eek position, Grace, Jasper and Tully? Oliver, you can be the reader.
Oh wait, she's true.
All right.
That could be not stealing, because they're actually not stealing it. They're going to give it back. Yeah, so what?
Yeah.
They just find dogs on benches and bring it home.
Well, God, we've got one. We might start with the one that's got the question mark in the middle. Whose was that one? What was yours about, Grace?
It was about, you find a dog on the street and you want to look after it. And Jasper wanted it in the middle because she said it might be a wild dog, but we think it's got a collar on and they can ring up the people that have the collar. It's just like looking after it.
So it's not really stealing.
No. If it's really sick, you should take it to the vet and have a little look after it before you ring the owner up.
But it doesn't say anything about it being sick though, Tully. If you look at this, it says you find a dog down the road, you encourage it to come home with you so you can look after it.
That still could mean that you just want to look after it until you get to ring the owner and tell it that I found your dog.
So that's not stealing the dog,
No.
even though you're looking after it and it's not yours there?
Because you're not actually keeping it forever.
Oh,
You're
you're
just
not
looking after it for a bit.
Okay, so can I write, I'm going to write a little criteria list here about what you, just by what you're saying about what stealing is. So if you're not keeping it, then you're not stealing it. But if you actually intend to keep it, then you're stealing it. All right, so I'll just put up here, if you keep it, then that's stealing. All right, does anybody, you want to say something, Jasper?
Well, my grandfather found a dog on a big truck and it jumped off, and it didn't have a collar on, but I don't know how it got up there in the first place. Someone must have put it up there. So you don't know if you're stealing it or not. I mean, Lewis. If you want to take a dog, if it's a wild dog and you find it on the street, it could be dangerous.
So that's what Luca just said?
Yeah, and if it's really poor, if it's really poor and not very well, you can take it to the vet and then you can do stuff, and that's right, take it somewhere. But if it's just really happy living where it is, and you just say, I want to take this dog, then it's not right.
Is that stealing?
Yes, that's stealing from other people's life.
From other people's lives?
From other living
Okay. From other living things, is that what you want to say?
living Animals.
Animals. So hang on. So I'm going to add something to our list that you've just said then. Lewis, can I have the ball, mate? So if it doesn't have an owner, it's not stealing. So if it does have an owner, it's stealing. Is that what you're saying? All right. So I'm going to add that to our list. Stealing is if somebody owns it. All right, let's have a look at the ones that are not stealing. Oh, this one here. Your friend has done a drawing that you really like. You do one exactly the same. And that's not stealing. Who had that one? You guys? All right, Oliver, are you able to give us a reason why your group decided it goes under not stealing?
Because when you're stealing, it's taking something from someone and keeping it, but you're just copying the idea. You're just stealing the idea, not the thing.
So if you're taking someone's idea, is that stealing their idea?
It's stealing their idea, except it's a different type of stealing. It's not stealing, it's the other type of stealing.
What's the other type of stealing?
It's where you're just copying. It's not stealing, it's copying.
So what's the difference? Can you then make a distinction between copying and stealing? How are they different?
When you're stealing, it's like if you see something you like that your friend has, that they built, and you want it, you don't steal it. You go home and make one, and exactly the same, and it's not stealing, it's just copying.
So how is it the same then?
You might have looked at it and then say, I want one of them, and then looked at it and made a plan or something and built it at home. And it's copying the idea, not stealing it.
You've got, just on Oliver's idea about, it's not stealing, it's copying, he said, because you've got the idea. Stealing is you're keeping something. Somebody owns it, and then you're taking something from them. Is that what you're doing with their idea? What do you think, Luca?
Yes, it is stealing, because you're still stealing something, their idea. You're not stealing their picture, you're just stealing their idea of doing it. You're stealing something, but it doesn't look like you're stealing like the piece of paper.
So it's not a physical thing, but still their idea. So you think it's stealing. What do other people think about that?